everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
And together we are
K&K Crochet.
Welcome back. It's not been a productive week, at least not for me. Well, I really can't say that. What about for you?
No.
I made progress, but not the kind of like, oh, look at everything I did progress. I made progress on one project, maybe two actually, but major project progress on one project. This, I didn't make any progress. I'll start with what I didn't do. I didn't make any hats. Shocker. We've made 30 so far this year, I think, for Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach, and I just was not, I don't know, I just didn't pick up a hook to make a hat this week. I did not work on my Decade Divas project. I don't think. Maybe I did, but if I did, it was early part of last week, so I don't know. I did not work on Christmas Extravaganza unless it was early last week, and of course neither one of those are things I can show anyway. I did not what did I not do? I did not want to touch a pattern. I did not want to follow directions. I just wanted to pick up a hook and go. That's why I have projects like I have. I know you guys think, man, she's just making blanket after blanket after blanket. Yeah, because a blanket is something I don't have to think about. A hat is something I don't have to think about. But this week I didn't want to make hats, I think because I have been trying to pick up new ones and actually follow patterns and do some different things. So I didn't want to do that this week. I didn't want to do just a plain one. So I worked on this, what I call the safety blanket, because it's safety yellow. And I actually finished it, except for the ends, which you're going to see because, I haven't woven those in. So it's done. It's completely done. I'll try to pop up a picture once I finish the ends on the community tab or post. I did not plan very well with this one. This is the first time I can ever remember since I actually figured out how to do C2C that I decreased at the wrong point. Like I wanted to decrease on one side. Like if this was the start, I wanted to decrease with this being the bottom corner, which it's going to be anyway, but I wanted this to be like the bottom like this, and instead it's going to be the top because of where I decreased, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And when I started, I used a whole roll to do this, or almost a whole roll, I think, to do these first 23 rows, and so I thought, well, I'll end it and do the 2 gray, and then that'll be 25, thinking then maybe I could do 25 more and it would be the ending. That's not how it happened, because I went every 10 rows with yellow and then did 2 gray. And so when I got to the end, I ended up, I was doing 10 yellow, 2 gray, 10 yellow, 2 gray. When I got to the end, I had 29 rows left. So, is it 29, 10, 11, 12? Yeah. And so that would have left me with, let me see here. I might have done it wrong. Okay, so it would have left me with less on this end with the yellow than I started with on the other end, and I didn't want that, but instead I ended up with more. So I've got a bigger patch of yellow on one end than I do the other, and that's okay because this is random. If you really are making it for somebody and want to plan it out, can work with your numbers, and but you all know I just pull colors and try to figure out what's going, and usually I do 10 and 2, but this time I did 23, so that's what you get when you go off the numbers. But I do like how it turned out. I think it's pretty. I think he's gonna love it. It looks very muted there, but it's actually a bright neon yellow. My husband chose these colors because they represent like construction and safety workers colors for their vest, and he wanted something like that bright to put in the vehicle in case he was stranded somewhere. So it's finished. I think it's like 40 by almost 48, something like that. I didn't make it super, super big, just like a throw size. And I did get 2 or 3 blocks made, progress done on the C2C join as you go. But I won't show it yet because I want to show it when I finish it a panel at a time. And I'm probably going to work on that. And then, yeah, you may even see it show up as a crochet chat as we chat along. I don't know. We'll see. And that's all I did this week, which it was a lot because I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure that I was right about, let's see, I'm trying. I'm pretty sure I was right about here, maybe here or here. So I went up and finished. Actually, when you guys saw it, I was probably more like right in here. But I went up and finished and did the decrease and then all the way down. So yeah, I finished it, and I'll finish up the ends, and that will leave my house and go out to the car. And that was the point, to get that ready for him to put in the truck or whatever. And I still had a roll of this left. I bought 6 rolls of this from Michael's, so it took 5 rolls of that and a partial roll of gray because I didn't do a whole lot of gray in this one. You see, just 8 rows, so didn't take a whole lot. And I still have some gray, which I'll probably use for hats because I love gray hats. So let's see, what did you do this week?
Not very much anything.
You worked a little bit on something.
Okay, I don't have it ready yet, so hold on. Okay, so I worked a little bit on my hexie cardie, and here's the stitch marker. I did 1 row. So
that's good. That's progress.
Where I'm at.
She also, so if you're behind on your hexie cardie, it's okay. Mine's finished. Kristen's still working on hers. I have another one I need to start sometime. It's all good. But she also has some updates for school.
Oh, you put me on the spot. Okay. I had my last in-person class today. I have 2 more assignments that are a final for a class because we're not actually having a final. And then I have 1 final on Wednesday, and I'm done.
Yay! And the collaboration we did.
Oh, so the project that all of y'all helped me on, I got 100% on all of it.
Yay, thank you all for all your help.
Yes, thank you so much.
We appreciate that. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. There might be another time we do another one. But Kristen had a math lesson she had to teach at the elementary level, and so many of you participated. You took the test, the pre-test, you watched the videos of her teaching, you took the post-test, she gathered all the information, wrote a paper on it, and
I had to do a documentation of effectiveness, which is like I had to say like what I thought, if it was a good thing or not, and then I had to present it to the class and tell them what I did, and it was like 5 or 6 different aspects of it, and I got 100% on all of them.
So she had to say whether or not she thought the
my
process
was effective.
Yeah,
like the way I taught it was effective.
Right, and if the actual teaching method is effective. So yeah. So anyway, I just thought you guys would like to hear that update, and that she's almost done for the school year, and she's getting ready to go in a few weeks to find out about scholarships for the next year. So we're excited about that. And that's all we have for this week for the update, like the general update. We'll do some other things. We did have Sam from Hooker by Needles asked if we were going to go back and do Thoughtful Thursdays. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. I had been really troubled by the fact that we had stopped doing it, but was struggling at the time to even function sometimes in life. And so just YouTube I wasn't worried about it. I was worried about my health and that kind of thing, but I'm feeling better, so we are going to go back and do Thoughtful Thursdays again. and I appreciate Sam bringing that to mind and talking about it. And it might be a little different, but we're going to do Thoughtful Thursdays. The jar we were using, we'll probably still use some, but I think we're going to go back, and some of the verses were just not things that I felt comfortable talking about. Like I don't know, just they seemed like they picked verses that were not equivalent to some of the things that they were saying. Like it would be for happy, and I would read that and I'm like, that's for happy. Or it would be there were a lot for anger, which the Bible has a lot of verses about anger, and so it's not something that for Thoughtful Thursdays, that I want to focus on. We want to focus on positivity. Yes, anger is a valid emotion, but I want to focus on positivity, joy, happiness, gratefulness, gratitude, thankfulness. Those are the things that Thoughtful Thursday is supposed to be about. So not that those verses don't deserve their time. They do. But for this purpose, I hope you guys I don't even know why I went down that tangent, but for this purpose, we want to focus on thoughtfulness, thankfulness, gratefulness, the goodness of life, and that sort of thing. And, we may talk about anger some because that's part of life, but it's also something that I strive to try and overcome. And so, I think that's a good thing to go down a different path and to be positive. Anyway, I don't know why I went there. That's where we're at. And so I don't know that you'll see more videos. I don't know. We'll see. We're not promising or committing to anything because I'm really enjoying just kind of moving with the flow. And honestly, this week I got all caught up in, we need to do another video. We need to do another video. And we didn't do it. Life did not allow for it. And that's okay. It's okay. Hopefully someday we'll get back on track where we can do the things that we'd like to do. Maybe this summer we'll be able to do more. Definitely in July you'll see a video every day for Christmas extravaganza. It's May. I'm still living like it's April, thinking it's April. And I am halfway through projects for Christmas extravaganza and should have been way farther than that. I'm just not. I have all year to prepare. You would think I could do, a couple of projects a month and get there, but no, I did not. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. And anyway, that's all I have for today. How about you?
Yep, that's all I have.
We hope you have a great day. Don't forget to be kind because
you don't know anybody else's journey.
Bye.